I think we have some machines that need a little work.
All the gas leaking out to the car.
Ooh. Said you did charge the battery and still it just wasn't kicking over for you.
Yeah, as of right now, I don't even know if we can get it started.
And get these babies back to the HQ and in the garage. All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Retro Thunder Road. Well, we've got all the bikes back at the HQ. We've got them lined up in the backyard here. The DT175, a little dirty, so we're gonna clean all this up. I figured since we're doing that, we'll hit these two guys as well. They could use a little once over, especially this one. So let's hose these down. I think I'm gonna bust out my power washer. Looking good. I think we got him. That was just the power washer, no soap. I mean, look how good this cleaned up. This one's already really starting to grow on me. I cleaned up nice. XR70. We need to make a decision on which one of these we're going to start on. Well, we decided to go with the CRF125F. Reason being, this one cosmetically is in a lot better shape, and there are a few things about this one that I think we're actually going to learn a thing or two. Just kind of needs a little bit of a tune-up. Just a good once over. What we're going to do with this guy... What was that? We'll check the timing, we'll check the spacing on the valves, we'll have a look at the fuel injector. So this does not have a carburetor, it's fuel injected. And I've actually never worked on a fuel injected bike before, so we're gonna learn something today. Yeah, we'll check the spark, we'll check compression, tension on the chain. You know, it's a little loose, we'll add a little more tension. Hopefully we don't have to get too crazy with this thing. This is Jason Crocker's dirt bike. This is a 2001. It is a 4-stroke single cylinder, and it is both kickstart and electric start. They have a big wheel version. I think this is the small wheel. The big wheels will have a bigger back tire. It's also a 4-speed transmission as well, 4 gears instead of 5. I've already tried to start it at Jason's. We weren't able to get it start, so I'm not gonna try to start it right now. We'll do all the maintenance, and then at the very end, we'll try to fire it up. The first thing I need to do is figure out how to get this seat off. I don't see a handle or anything like that. I've been looking at this for like 5 minutes. But we'll get the seat off, and then I want to take the battery out, and we'll go ahead and start putting a charge on that battery while we're tearing into everything else. I'm excited about this one. This will be fun. We're gonna learn something here today. So without further ado, let's get into this one. Let's take these off, see what that does. Some of y'all are probably screaming at me right now, telling me how to get the seat off. There's those two. Okay. Those two little brackets there. Here's the battery. Let's see. There we go. I'll take these off. All right, there we go. So we'll charge this up. We'll go ahead and take the plastics off too. And we have access to the air box here. Let's have a look at the air filter. See what kind of shape that's in. There we go. That comes off. A couple little acorns in there. Let's see. Looks like this just comes down. And does it just pop off? Just like that. Yeah, this air filter's not in that bad a shape. Screen in there looks like that's in good shape still too. So, good deal. Need to clean this stuff out though. In order to check the timing and the spacing on the valves there, we need to get the valve cover off here, this top plate right here. And in order to get to that, I think we need to take the gas tank off. Yeah, those are in there. I think the battery on my drill is starting to run a little low. It's just dead. Ooh, it's alive. Whew. That scared the crap out of me. Well, this is a first. See him there? He's right there. See him moving? I don't know if he's bitey. Come on. You're gonna have to go. I don't know what kind of spider this is. Alright, I'm gonna get this guy. Get him out of here. Alright, there are actually 2 of them in there. Just like how Dr. Jones is with snakes.
I hate snakes, Chuck!
That's how I am with spiders. Alright, this tank should be pretty much free now, except for a few lines. Get it off there. There we go. There we go. All right, we got the tank out of the way. I'm actually gonna roll this outside and hose this down real quick. We still got quite a bit of dirt on here. Need to hose this all out. All right, so the fuel injector is gonna be down here. Now I wanna get that off and check that out. To get to that, looks like we gotta disconnect a few things here. See if I can get this guy off. Alright guys, we finally got the bolts off holding in our fuel injector. There were 2 of them. I thought there were just 1. But man, it took about 30 minutes to figure out how to get those off. Just these 2 little guys. But it was a series of disconnecting and unplugging a few sensors. So we are now in there. It should just slide right out. There we go, just like that. All right, there it is. Battery's charged up, I've got that installed. We've got the fuel injector off here. And if this is working, I think when we turn the key on, that's gonna activate the pump, and we should see a little spray of gas come out of here. So we'll see what happens when we do that. Start it. If we hit the start button, oh yeah. There we go. See it spraying out? It's working. Cool. Alright, had to borrow an Allen wrench from my neighbor. Bit of a mechanic himself. Here we go. Forgot to drain the oil. Alright, we can take this back. Valve cover off. Go. Looks pretty clean in there. Cool. Alright guys, so we want to get the machine to top dead center and check the timing. And to do that, we're going to look at the sprocket, this little hole right here, and then we're going to use this to spin the flywheel to look inside this little hole. So you can see there's no notches there, so I know it's kind of hard to tell. Let me get it a lot. So we'll go ahead and give it some turns until we see a couple of notches in there. Keep going. Right there. See those notches right there? Right there. Right there. Kind of hard, really hard to see. Then we want to go up to the sprocket on the cam chain. And there's going to be 2 lines right in the middle next to that. See that bolt in the middle? Those 2 little gashes on each side. You want those lining up parallel with the cylinder here. And those are spot on. So timing is perfect here. So let's check the valves. Another way to check top dead center, you can take the spark plug out and stick like a zip tie down in there, and you should feel the top of the piston. Like as soon as you put it in there, you should feel it. It's like right there at the tip. I can feel it. Alright, so valve clearance on the intake, which is going to be this valve here because it's the one closest to the intake of the machine, we can be plus or minus 0.1 to 0.02 millimeters on that. And in the exhaust valve, just going to be this one, we can be anywhere from 0.15 to 0.02. So a little bit more wiggle room on this one. Yeah, so that's 0.1. That feels pretty good. Let's check the exhaust. I can. Well, that one feels pretty loose. Let's go ahead and tighten this one up just a bit. So we'll loosen up this nut, and then we'll tighten it down from the top here, and then tighten that nut back down. Alright. Let's check that now. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be more. Yeah, that's a lot more snug there. Still get it in. That feels good. Check the intake one more time. That feels good. Alright, I took the spark plug off already. It is looking a little black, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up a little bit. That space, that little space right there where my fingernail's pointing in, the gap needs to be between 0.8 and 0.9. So we're going to go with 0.8. And it's a little tight, but it fits nice and snug in there. So I'm going to say that's good. Hit it with some cleaner. It's looking a little better there. So let's get that on. Compression gauge going in. Zero it out. Alright, so we're looking for about 130 pounds of compression. So that's going to be like right about right there in between these two marks. Battery's in. Should be able to just push the start button. Alright, here we go. Throttle's open. Oh yeah, almost at 150. Good compression. Really good compression. Alright, let's see if we have some spark here. Let's turn it on. Fire it up here. Oh yeah. We got spark. Oil actually doesn't look too bad. This machine calls for 1 liter of 10W30. Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. We got spark, we got compression, we know the fuel injector's working, we have a clean air filter and a clean intake, and the battery's turning the motor. Without further ado, let's try to fire it up. Alright. Put the injector kick on. I think I want to try to kickstart it. Do it the fun way. Alright, here goes nothing. Awesome. Man, this thing is quiet. Wow. Let's see if it does it with the starter.